Josh, does what happened to Derek just really signify to players that this is a business?
Uh, yeah. I mean, it's a business. I mean, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely different. I've seen a lot of things in my 4 years here. So yeah.
How did you hear about it, and what was your first reaction?
I mean, they told us this morning in the squad meeting, and I mean, I feel like my reaction was just like everybody. Like we didn't see him in the meeting, so we were just like, okay, kind of, put two and two together.
What did you feel like? Kind of how quickly was it time to move on? Like, do you guys kind of just talk about that, or just everybody just kind of understands that already?
I mean, we can't control none of that. It's not like it's our decision. So just come in and work each day.
You're obviously very passionate about what you said the other night after the game. How much did you kind of hear about that afterwards? People kind of reacted to it, and I mean, obviously Josh very much supported you, and I think a lot of people supported what you said.
I mean, I told the truth, so I mean that's my truth. I mean, if people felt some type of way about it, then I don't really care. It is what it is.
Josh, a question for you personally. When you look at your contract, because next year obviously they didn't pick up the option, do you consider, I mean, is it your thoughts to come back, man, do I want to play? Do I want to be careful? Because you want to avoid injury too.
I don't care about that, bro. I play football, bro. I'm not one of them guys that think about injury. I'm not one of them guys that, I mean, at the end of the day, the reason why I do this is the guys in the locker room, man. I feel like I would be flawed for them not to be able to see me out there when I can compete, and nothing is wrong with me. That would be flawed to me, and I couldn't even look them in the eye if they was to do it to me. So I would never do nothing like that. I don't even think about that. I come here and work each day. At the end of the day, if I'm here next year, which I want to be, but if I'm not, I'm still working to be better. So that's my thoughts.
How does it feel to have the validation of your peers around the league and the fans of being selected as a Pro Bowler this year?
It's cool. It's cool. I mean, I feel like Pro Bowl is so weird. I feel like it's such a popularity contest. Like, I feel like years where I should have made it, I didn't, and years where I shouldn't have, I did. So, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's definitely, good to know that, people see that the work that you put in and things like that. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to win games.
What have you seen out of Jarrett?
I mean, Steady, I mean, we knew who Steady was, since camp. He could spin the ball. He's been in this system longer than any quarterback we've had here, so he knows what's going on. He knows what reads to make. It's just going to be fun to see him in the game.
San Francisco has such a good defense. I
mean, yeah, they got great defense.
A lot of great players out there. What kind of a challenge do they bring for you guys?
Yeah, man. I mean, they have a great defense, man. You see all the first round guys they got over there. The defensive front is crazy. Obviously, the linebackers is crazy. I mean, like all around the guys, they're good. It's a definitely a big challenge, and it's a challenge that I look forward to. Just with them having the best rush defense, and them having like one of the top defenses in the league. It's gonna be fun to see how we compare to them. How close we are, or how whatever. So it's gonna be fun.
It seems like one of the things that looks like on film, they cover running backs really well out of the backfield.
Yeah.
It seems like that's a real strength. Is that what it looks like to you also?
To me, I feel like it's a lot of guys that know their system. They all almost like a chain. Like, you can almost see it in their eyes when they, in the zones or whatever, and they looking guys down and everybody's finding the ball. Like, it's almost like they got a chain attached to each other, everybody running and things like that. I think that's just them being comfortable in their system and, understanding it and understanding what offense is trying to do against them. So they got a good defense. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun game.
Josh, from an individual standpoint, how do you want to finish the season?
I mean, man, every time I go out there, I feel like, for me personally, I give it everything I got. You know what I'm saying? So however that turned out, with me knowing that I, did everything that I possibly could, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of just how I look at it.
One of the best individual seasons in franchise history. Do you feel like you proved anything to yourself, to anybody, or what do you feel like you showcased?
Man, it's weird. It's weird because we was talking about it this morning. So I've had this crazy year, and it could have been so much more crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's almost like, yeah, I'm happy for and it's an honor, and then, it's a blessing, but it's just like I'm really like, damn, what's in store, so we're gonna see.
I know you said it's not a business. I mean, it is a business. You understand that, but you're here for the guys in the locker room. But it kind of works out to have that kind of year going into a contract season, right?
I mean, yeah, yes and no. I mean, you can use it as leverage. You can use it as whatever. But like, I don't think about that, bro. Like, I got enough money. You know what I'm saying? I make great investments. I'm good. Like, that's not something I really think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, you want to get paid, obviously, but like, that's not something I come here and be like, okay, yeah, I need to do this to get that. Like, I feel like I work and everything else gonna take care of itself. Like, how I present myself and the way I go about my business is everything else is gonna take care of itself, for real.
How have you been able to help Zamir White?
Man, Z, he's very, very athletic, very, raw talent. He's one of them guys where I just try to, for him, like, he got all the attributes that you look for, in a great runner, whether it's running, catching, or even blocking, you know what I'm saying, power, everything, speed. For me, the only thing I feel like I really help him with is just I can't say that word.
Compartmentalizing?
Yeah, that word. Just, the playbook,
Right.
Doing certain things, like why we doing this, or why you setting up the run this way to be able to have this, instead of just, running and being athletic and not just necessarily relying on, your God-given abilities and talents and things like that, but also, using your mind. And that's kind of the thing I try to help him with, because he's going to be a great back in this league.
So you both came from huge schools. Because of your season, he hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities, but he says he's trying to stay in it mentally.
Yeah.
Is that the toughest part?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easier for a younger guy, coming into, obviously the highest level of this game. I think it's kind of easier to come in and, sit back and learn. But, that next year you like, okay, what's next? Like, I've learned the offense. I've learned, now I'm ready to really get my feet wet. And that's the thing for him. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how, we use him going on in the future.
When you heard good news? It's a reaction where you got to kind of take emotions out of it and just realize that the only thing that would be productive is to support Jared going forward, and guys are excited about him being able to get an opportunity. So we're rallying around him, letting him know that we believe in him, and just trying to do what we can to prepare for San Francisco.
How difficult is it to take the emotions out? I mean, obviously it's an emotional thing, right? I mean, somebody you've been alongside with loses a job essentially. So, I mean, how tough is it to separate those things?
Oh yeah, naturally it's tough, but I believe two things can coexist: like believing in Derek, believing that he will always be able to get it done, but also supporting Jared and moving forward with this week and preparing. So I think that the two can coexist.
What have you seen out of Jared?
I see him locked in, especially like the reps that he gets in practice throughout the season, making a lot of good throws. A lot of guys have been excited about him, just his overall knowledge of the offense, just being in the system for years prior. So we're excited for him. We support him, and can't wait to see what he does.
There's obviously a big difference too between being the backup and preparing and being the starter, like a leadership kind of mentality to it. Like, do you think he's ready to embrace that part?
Yeah, I think he's ready. I think he's going about it in a way that is unique to him. He's not trying to be anybody else, not trying to be too rah-rah or too loud. Speaks when he feels like he needs to speak, and picks guys up, jokes with guys. Like, I feel like he has the personality to go out there and do well.
This team obviously had a lot of off-field distractions last year. This is setting up to be a little bit of a circus this week with all the media attention. Is the team ready for that distraction, I guess, of everything that's going to be happening this week with swirling around with the car situation?
Yeah, I believe there's a lot of mature guys on the team. Like you said, last year there's a lot of opportunities for us to be distracted by media attention with a lot of things that were going on. So I believe we have experience with that, but just guys that know how to show up, support their teammates, and just come in and do your job to the best of your ability.
Because of some of the great seasons you have. I mean, you and Derek are probably linked forever. People remember him throwing to you no matter how this plays out. So have you gotten a chance to talk to him at all since then, or say anything?
Not yet. No, I plan on reaching out to him a little bit later.
How did you guys find out? Was there like an announcement, or you just kind of look around and see it wasn't here? Or what was the process?
It was just communicated to us by Coach McDaniels, and we received the news and then just moved on.
In some respects, do you feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that Jared knows, like, the system has worked with McDaniels in the past? And does that kind of give you guys a little bit more sense of, confidence in him?
Yeah, that was something that stood out in April about him, honestly. with guys. Like we were coming in trying to learn everything, formations and everything, and he's up there calling out Mike and doing everything. So he's somebody that we've had comments like, oh, okay, like he knows what he's doing. So guys have been asking him questions since we first started this whole thing. So we believe in him for sure.
There's lineup decisions all the time, right? I mean, guys are replacing the lineup, moving in and out, all those things. But this kind of feels different in that it's an era that almost is coming in. Like, is that kind of processed yet, or is that just kind of not, you don't have time to do that at this point?
I don't really know if now is the time. Like you understand and respect what Derek has done over the last 10 years, and that will always be respected, always be appreciated by guys around here, and anybody that's ever played here has been a fan here. But I think it's fair to support Jared as well in this time and just prepare for the challenge that we got on Sunday.
Your quarterback, but a good friend of yours. What was kind of the reaction when you got the news?
Well, I mean, I don't want to sit here and make this entire thing about that. I think we're just gonna knock this out in a little single hitter here. But I mean, obviously, I don't think anybody was excited about it in here. Him being one of my really good friends, and the reason why I came here in the first place. I mean, I wouldn't be here right now if he wasn't here. So I think everybody knows how I feel about him, and with that said, there's a process of how things go, and I'm not gonna sit here and go on and on. But obviously, I support my guy, and we got to finish the season out, the best way we can possible with, all things considered at this point. But yeah, anything else that you guys got, you can leave that for Coach or Derek.
Does this change anything about how you view where you are and the situation moving forward?
Well, we got 2 games left. We got the Niners this week, and then we got another game to go and finish. So that's really all that I'm really focused on.
You reach out to Derek tonight and talk to him a little bit?
Well, we spoke already, so we'll. We talked. Probably won't talk again tonight, but yeah, we spoke already.
Davante, for you, how do you want to finish this season based on the standards that you set for yourself?
Same way that I approach every single game. I mean, it's not the first time that the quarterback that I started the season with is not going to be finishing the season, whether it was injury or otherwise. So, you got the ball keeps rolling. Got to figure it out. I've played 8 years without him, and that was what I had to do then, and this is what I have to do for the remainder of the season, and then moving forward, we'll see how everything goes from there.
What have you liked about practicing with Jarrett now, getting his opportunity?
You said what I liked about it?
What stands out about him as a quarterback?
I mean, you got a guy that doesn't have really any experience out there. He's just kind of playing loose, and sometimes that can help him. Whatever's going to be, allow him to go out there and play to the best of his ability. Obviously we support and want to encourage him to do the best that he can. Obviously, for the betterment of the team and himself as well.